What's up everybody, it's Rashad Buie back again. Consider hitting that like and subscribe button as I upload videos on a weekly basis covering the hottest topics in sports, especially if it is OU related. This is Ballin' with Buie. Today, I want to talk about the United States national team taking on Costa Rica. It's the first Olympic qualifier for the Tokyo Olympics this summer that got postponed. And they didn't look the greatest today, to be honest, but they were able to pull it out. So let's dive on in. Like I said, it's the first game of the Olympic qualifier. They got several more to hopefully advance to the Olympics, where they haven't been since 2008. The United States has not been in the Olympics since 2008. Now, I know the United States is not the men's team, that rather is not known for its soccer, but not even qualifying for the Olympics since 2008. Man, that's just sad. But anyways, just in this game against Costa Rica, 6 of their starters had senior national team experience, which is a huge plus. If you don't know, the Olympics are very different from the World Cup, and that's for a particular reason. The Olympics are U23, which means under 23, if you don't know, which that started in 1992. And they do that so it doesn't compete with the World Cup. So the World Cup, most of the time, it's European or South American team that wins it every time. And they didn't want that to be a repeat in the Olympics. They didn't want the Olympics to kind of compete with the World Cup or outshine the World Cup. So they changed it up, and that kind of gives other players and other countries a chance to win it. So that's why that's like that. But every team is allowed to have 3 players that are not do not qualify for that age limit. So that kind of gives like a Cristiano Ronaldo or a Lionel Messi. Like, it gives bigger players, older players, more mature players a chance to play in the Olympics alongside of them. But they only get 3, so they got to choose wisely. Each country's got to choose wisely. But those 3 do not get to play in the qualifying games. They're only allowed to play if they advance to the Olympics. So you won't see any older players playing in any of these qualifying games for the United States or any other country. But like I said, the U.S. has not qualified for Olympics since 2008, and we started off on a good foot to qualify this year. The coach right now is Jason Kress. He ran a 4-3-3, and there were a lot of unknown names that, well, actually most of the names I didn't know, because to be honest with you, I haven't watched a men's national game in a long while, just because the games have been so bad. They were so stagnant and lethargic, and it was just sad to watch, so I was just like, I'm not watching this anymore. So now I'm giving it another chance, and I will tell you that they look much better. I know this isn't the senior national team, but they do look good. It looks like there are some talented players on the field, which there has been a lack of talent in the past couple years, I think. But Jesus Ferreira is a big name that I think you should get used to hearing. He almost had a goal in the 3rd minute, but it ended up going off the post. He got a steal off someone in the back line, and he tried to go near post with it, and it went off the post. But he did capitalize on a goal in the 35th minute to put the U.S. up 1-0. It was off an assist from Samuel Vines. It was a cross on the ground from the left side of the field, and it just happened to spin out and roll right to Ferreira, and he was wide open. There was no one on him, and he just drilled it into the back of the net. That put him up 1-0, and they held that lead at halftime 1-0. But to start the second half, it was a completely different story, because the United States, they looked very good in the first half. They applied a lot of pressure on Costa Rica, and I think that's something that a lot of people who watch soccer, play soccer, whatever, they don't understand. Pressure. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Pressure doesn't always create opportunities. Pressure doesn't always create goals, but pressure will wear out your opponent over time. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow. But the United States, they applied pressure in the first 30-40 minutes, and honestly for the majority of the first half, and they were dominant in the first half. And that's how they got their goal. They got their goal from applying pressure, and it wasn't an exact counteraction from that, but it did create that goal just from them applying pressure. But anyways, in the second half, Costa Rica were the ones applying pressure. About the first 20, 25, maybe 30 minutes, Costa Rica was dominating everything. They were dominating possession, which led them to dominate most of the statistics at the end of the game. But the United States were able to hang on for a 1-0 win. Costa Rica, like I said, they dominated most of the statistics, and they outshot the United States 12-7, and they had more corners 8-1, and they had more possession 54-46. So they dominated all the stats, but United States dominated the one stat that mattered, and that was the goals, to win 1-0 and get that first win in the qualifying group to get the easy 3 points. It's a big win. You want to start off with a win, especially against a tough group, because we got Dominican Republic on Sunday, and then we got Mexico on Wednesday. And let me tell you, we have to win that game against Dominican Republic, because you do not want to set up a must-win game against Mexico, because that is going to be a tough task to do. But anyways, like I said, I don't know much about the players right now, because I'm still trying to dive back into men's soccer. But the goalie, his name is David Ochea, I believe. But he played really good. He had a lot of good saves. He played lights out, honestly. I think he's going to be a star in the making, honestly. Maybe not in the making, but I think he's going to have some big moments in these qualifying games and in the Olympics. He looked really good today. I know it's just a first game. People are still trying to get their footing and all that, but he looked really good today. He had several saves. And in other news, if you don't know who this is, Yunus Musa, he's an 18-year-old kid. He committed to playing for the United States national team. Now, he could have played for several other countries because he has multi-citizenship. He could have played for England, he could have played for Ghana, he could have played for Italy, but he chose to play for the United States, which is a huge win for the U.S. because we are starting to get more talent, and with him in the midfield and then Pulisic up ahead, man, it's going to be insane, because I know he's only 18 years old. He might not get to start right away, but he is the star in the making, I'm telling you. Right now he's playing for Valencia, and he's been putting in work over there. He made his U.S. debut in November of 2020, where he played in a couple friendlies. But now he's committed, and he's supposed to be playing in a couple more friendlies this month for the U.S., so we'll see how he does. But yeah, I'm excited to be able to watch him a little bit more. But like I said, U.S., they pick up the win, and they play their next game Sunday against the Dominican Republic. So hopefully we're able to get another win and get the 6 points, which will more than likely be able to advance us. So we'll see what happens. I'll see y'all then. Talk about the U.S. Deuces.